Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. In the last part, we didn't really make too much progress. We opened a few shortcuts, we explored this gorgeous level some more, and now here we are back at this little crevasse here, if you could call it that. Right down there is actually the boss room, but we have to go over there first because there's an item we need. So let's get to it. As you can see, there are a lot more Lothric Knights here. They can be kind of challenging to deal with consecutively. As you can see there, he just hit me with his weapon art, which did a lot of damage to me. Uh-oh. I aggroed this one. That's not good. Come on. Alright, that's fine. As long as you can get one backstab off, you can hit them a few times after the backstab animation. And that'll be what allows you to do enough damage to take them out. In hindsight, I probably should have went back to Firelink Shrine, redeemed that Estus shard I got.
I am alarmed. You will not they have led to their journey ahead to forge on?
Yeah, she basically tells you that the Lords of Cinder left, and there's no point to coming this way, because they all, like, left Lothric Castle. Spoiler alert, she's lying. There is actually a Lord of Cinder past her in that area over there, but, you don't get access to that Lord until you beat the other three. So, you sort of have to go this way. But that's alright. We're just gonna take care of some of these enemies. Get ourselves a few more items. The Lucerne. We also got that Lothric Knight long spear. It's probably a decent dex weapon. I'm sure there are better dex weapons. Looks like the Lucerne's also a dex weapon. What else did we get? Didn't we get like a ring or something? Oh no, we got a covenant. Yeah. Covenants are a new thing in this game. They basically allow you to, like, pledge yourself as, like, certain member. It's kind of difficult to explain. Basically, when you equip a covenant in this game, you get access to, like, that covenant's rewards. And most of that stuff has to do with, like, PvPs. Basically, there are some covenants where if you have the right covenant equipped, it'll summon you automatically to fight another player in another world. And then if you beat that player, you get an item for that covenant that you can redeem eventually for, like, some pretty useful rewards. I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that in this playthrough, since it will take a long-ass time to get all the covenant items, never mind fighting a bunch of online players. That might not be too easy either. I digress. As you can see here, there are summon signs. Lightning guy, nice. Yeah, you can summon NPCs and other players to help you in boss fights in this game. But just like in Demon Souls, the more people you have summoned into your world, the harder the bosses and enemies will be. They'll have, like, I don't know if they'll have increased damage, but they will have more health. So you have to watch out for that. Anyway, here's our first boss. This is Vort of the Boreal Valley. He's basically a giant dog, elephant-looking man with a giant mace. He's fairly easy though, as long as you stick behind him, he can't really hurt you. Oh my god. Good boss music. The soul of Vort of the Boreal Valley. It's our first boss soul. As you can see there, a new area opens up to us. So let's go investigate. Here we are in our new area, the Undead Settlement. And thankfully, we got our new bonfire while we're at it, too. So let's actually use this time now to go back to Firelink's Shrine and upgrade a bit. Apologies for that. Alright, so when you get a new Estus shard, what you want to do is talk to him and select Reinforced Estus. And just like that, you get yourself more Estus flasks. Now we have 4 instead of 3. Again, you can choose however many Estus or Ashen Estus you want, depending on your build or how you want to play the game. It's all of it's really up to you. I don't think we're going to bother getting another upgrade on this axe. We're not going to be keeping it for very long. But I would like to level up a little more. You can only get 2 levels. But with those 2 levels, we could get another attunement slot, so let's actually do that. And of course, the more of this we do, the more mana we get as well, so we'll be able to cast Fireball more often. Now, before we go back to the Undead Settlement, we're going to have to return to High Wall of Lothric one more time, because there's something I forgot to do in the last part, after we got the cell key. We can now rescue an NPC that will be very useful to us. Alright, so whereas you would go out that doorway to continue through the level, instead, you want to come down here, where there will be a guy with a halberd waiting for you. How did that break my guard when I was behind him? That was weird. Weird little hitbox there from software, not gonna lie. As you can see, there's a new room down here you can come through. You want to avoid these like barrels with the black cloth on them, because this enemy will throw fire bombs at you as you come through the room, and he can ignite those barrels and explode them if you're near them, which will take most, if not all, of your health when he hits you. So yeah, just watch out for that. You should be fine. And now right down here is the cell in question. Use your cell key to open it. And here we meet a new NPC.
Ah. You no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town, not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then?
We are going to grant his request.
I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement.
His name is Grey Rat.
Promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part and I'll do mine.
Just like that, he will vanish, and from now on, you will be able to speak to him in the Firelink Shrine. He will be a new merchant that you can access. And in exchange for this, he will give you the blue Tearstone ring, which will increase your defense when your HP is, I believe, at 30% or lower. It is not a very useful ring. The red Tearstone ring is much better, because it conversely increases your attack at low health instead of defense, but I digress. We were not doing that to get access to the blue Tearstone ring, we were doing that to get access to Grey Rat, because he will be a useful merchant later on. That's the only reason I wanted to come back down here. But now that that's all done, we can go to the Undead Settlement, which is the exact place that Grey Rat mentioned, where he said old Loretta lived. So we'll go ahead and continue the game from here. This area is pretty neat. It's basically like a rundown old village that's full of undead and dogs, as you can see. Pulling that lever, you can open the gate, but back here there's another NPC that you might want to speak to, because he can be pretty useful as well. There's an ambush of dogs behind this fallen over cart. You can get to them and ambush them instead by doing that. Or by using a firebomb if you don't have spells like I do. Now, you'll hear a guy crying and sobbing to himself. Might be difficult to see which one of these things is doing that. It'll be this guy right here.
Oh. Oh, then it's true. A champ to be in your presence is a great honor. I am Njol of Londor, a pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use.
This is Yol of Londor. We are going to accept his service.
I am honored. I should be dead. Yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
And just like that, he will also appear in the Firelink Shrine when you go back. He will only do it if you accept his service. You don't have to use his service. I don't know if I'm going to use it in this playthrough. I will explain what his service does at a later point when we get back to Firelink. But I don't believe I will be using it. If you played through this game before, you already know what I mean. But yeah, you just come through here. You can knock down these bodies with items on them just by hitting them with your weapon. Some of these bodies have some useful items on them. This charcoal pine bundle we found will give your weapon fire damage if you apply it. Conversely, this gold pine resin will add lightning damage to your weapon when you apply it. You're gonna want to knock this body down, by the way. Yeah, it's important that you knock that body down. As there's an item on that body you're going to need. Alright. Kill all the little thieves hiding in this room. Those guys can be kind of annoying if they sneak up behind you. They can do a lot of damage with their axes. I'd recommend you steer clear of them guys. I think we're going to turn up voice volume a little more just so you guys can hear their dialogue better. Because some of the voice acting in this game is pretty good. Just like in the Demon Souls remake. Now there is a way, as you can see there's a bunch of enemies here. There is a way to kill most of them without them seeing you. This body that you cut down from up there is Loretta's bone. If you go to your key items, or wait, where is it? Oh, it's here. An old discolored human bone with several holes bored into it. A woman's corpse in the Undead Settlement was found clutching this bone. Her name was Loretta. Yeah, Loretta's dead. Anyway, if you have a firebomb, or in this case, like me, a magic or a fire spell, what you want to do is like aim for those barrels right there, and boom, you can kill like 5 enemies in one hit. And you can do the same with these barrels over here if you aim it right. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I didn't really aim it right, but it still worked out. Yeah, try to cut through as many of these enemies as you can before you have to fight that big guy. Or big woman. It's actually a woman, but... Oh my god! You're supposed to be like a slower enemy. How are you fucking chasing me like that? Oh yeah, that black spiral book that she shoots out of her little spell book there. Avoid that attack because it will inflict bleed if it hits you, and it's not good. Oh my god. These fucking enemies are so annoying. Alright. Best way to deal with these enemies is backstab fish them. I know I said I wasn't going to really be doing that too much, but in all honesty, it is the best way to deal with them. So I'm sorry. Yeah, those things have very good tracking, so don't think that you can get away from it just by, like, dodging through it. They have very good tracking. They will chase you for a while. Okay, she's just spamming this spell. She's kind of being annoying. Just like that, you can kill him. It was a little difficult for me to do it, because she just kept spamming the same move over and over, but I got hit one too many times. Here you can find an Estus shard, which she was guarding. So it is worth killing her because you get a little permanent Estus upgrade by doing so. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, this area has a pretty good theme to it. I like it. I think this area, I wouldn't call it by any stretch of the imagination like the coolest area in this game, but like as far as like starting areas go, it is not bad. It's very reminiscent of like, I don't know really how to describe it. I guess it's just very reminiscent of like Bloodborne and shit, at least for this area. The enemies feel like very, I don't know why, even though they're like in farmer getup, they feel like they've got like a gothic theme to them. You want to kill those two enemies there before you go into this building, because if you don't, they're going to jump down through that hole that you saw and ambush you. I think you have to go in through here. Yeah. Alright. Oh, I actually didn't mean to do that. There's a hole in the floor here that you can fall down into and get to this pot, which will give you... It's basically like a full heal when you drink out of that pot, but it only works once. You can also get that Warrior of Sunlight medal, which is another one of them Covenant items for a Covenant called the Warriors of Sunlight. That Covenant in particular is more like miracle focused, so if you want to do like a miracle build, then the Warriors of Sunlight are where it's at. Alright. Find a lot of these caged enemies here too. And they can be kind of annoying because they can rapidly hit you as you walk by them. But you can actually tell which ones are enemies and which ones are decoration just by locking onto them. And they drop Fading Souls, but Fading Souls are only worth like 5 souls each. So they're not even really worth like killing or anything. So as you come through here, it's like a little village. A bunch of farmer type enemies patrolling. You just sort of sneak up behind them and kill them. As you saw there, though, there's another, like, fat woman enemy. What in the fuck? I have no idea how that hit me, honestly. That fucking, like, black spiral thing fucking made a hard right turn into this room and hit me. That was weird. Anyway, we're very low on health, so we might die here. If we do, we can just end off the episode here, but I'm gonna try to make a little more progress through here, if I can. If we do die here, I will resume the episode here, where I died, so you guys don't have to watch me exploring again. Oh, we got an Estus, that's nice. We can come up here and push her down onto the ground where it'll be easier to fight her, because she does have a spiked mace. She might not actually, oh, she fell, good. Oh no. Okay. I might die. Okay. That should have been a backstab, but okay. Come on. There we go. Evangelist robe. Pretty good armor set, but very heavy. I might be able to equip it now, actually. Honestly, the deserter armor is way lighter, and it has about the same amount of defense, just not as much elemental defense. I'll just wear the deserter armor. In this game, as you can see, the equip load on the top right shows 40%. Unlike in Demon Souls, the max equip load limit in this game is actually 70%. So you will not start fat rolling until you reach 70% as opposed to 50% like it is in Demon Souls. So it's a lot more forgiving in the Dark Souls trilogy, which pretty much allows you to use heavy armor sets way more often. As you come through here, you're going to get invaded. Just ignore that, because it's an NPC invader. And he's not really worth your time at the moment. What you want to do is like drop down that ledge and light this bonfire here, so you can at least have a checkpoint. But now I guess we'll fight this little NPC invader guy, Holy Knight Haldrick. Holy Knight Haldrick is not easy. Not only does he do a lot of damage with his weapon, but he has access to spells as well. So he's like your first real challenge. He's honestly like your first real challenge in this game, because the first boss fight isn't really that challenging. As you can see there, he pretty much tanked my hit, went straight through and stabbed me, killed me. So yeah, he can be pretty challenging for new players, definitely. I just don't think that I was like properly prepared for him. But anyway, guys, once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to good old Dark Souls 3. Hope you guys are liking this so far. Appreciate all the support I get, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.